Is the preview okay?
The preview looks good, yeah. Casey, you're on. Look at that. Mine sounds kind of robotic a little bit.
What? Who does?
The sound over this for some reason.
Oh, because it's picking up the. You got to put the.
I think so. Yep.
You got to
That's
put
the
fan on the pad.
Yeah, I can do that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Where's the sound triangle thing?
Sound triangle thing.
The one you put the ashtrays on. There you go. Try now.
Test. A little bit, but not too bad.
That's better. Yeah.
There we go. Look at that.
We just have to remember to use the sound foam thing.
At some point, yeah.
Yes. It's okay.
I'm still waiting on him to enter in the call.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, never mind. We'll switch it over later.
You didn't what?
We'll switch over the TV later.
Yeah, fair. Oh, look at that. And we're here. Yeah, we're alive. They just saw Lane get back into the seat because I didn't change it because I was grabbing my cigar.
Because you're
Consummate
not paying
professional.
attention.
No, consummate professional. I was getting a cigar.
I think we just redefined that word.
Hey,
Listen, all the time.
the man was smoking a cigar. Leave him alone.
That's partially what this podcast
He's a
is about.
professional
Right?
cigar smoker and amateur podcaster. Okay.
Where the hell's Cameron at?
And somewhat of a professional drinker. Drinker?
Well, how is that
Drinker.
again?
Drinkle. I'm a drinkle.
It's another new
Drinkle?
nickname for
That's
you.
right, Drinkle.
Kevin Drinkle.
Kevin Drinkle Jenkins.
Kevin. If I ever made you fake IDs, it would be Kevin Drinkle.
Do it for sure.
It's like
I don't need
it's
one.
like a
but-
terrible NASCAR last name.
Listen, I still have my army one, and it's Hakuma. It's Hakuma something, and I have to find it again.
Hakuma Matata.
Stop trying to make yourself sound cool, Kevin.
Never. With the first name like Kevin, we're all
right.
cool.
Do we have anybody? Do we have
Kevin
Christian? Do we
bin
have
Salam Halazi.
Josephus? Do we have a Bowman?
We have Josephus.
Uncle Drunkle, he calls
Uncle
Kevin.
Drunkle. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's actually what his kids will probably call him.
Probably. I'm going to just use that nickname from now on with all my nephews.
I mean, that better go on the intro.
Uncle Drunkle.
Featuring Uncle Drunkle.
What are you guys smoking?
Look,
there's Bowman.
somebody wants to get in on the call now.
Oh, fuck, that guy's late.
You got to be nice. You got to be nice to Cameron tonight.
Is that it?
For a minute.
Nah, never.
No, you should. You'll understand why when he starts talking.
Was it the thing that he texted about? Can you hear us?
What's happening, boys?
Can you hear us?
Bowman, how's the future today?
Can you hear us? Yoo-hoo.
Doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't sound like it.
You got to change the settings probably
In
in your
computer.
on your
Right around
computer.
here. So
Click the little
I guess
three
we'll
buttons.
Figure out what goes on next.
He's gonna see in a minute. Oh, he's not. Why? He doesn't have it on, so he can't see it.
And then look for the microphone. Make sure they're both set to the Rodecaster. Are they? Did you plug it into the Rodecaster? The multi or the chat, not the multi-track.
Are you sure? Wait a minute. Hold on, because we can hear him.
Yeah.
So are we entirely sure that the call isn't muted?
Are you muted?
He's texting me. Where are you guys? I can't hear you. We know.
We know.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah. Well. It's all right.
Right now they're just.
Hello, it's me.
I love that he just starts talking
I'm
and
so
singing.
sad about the podcast because this thing is someone's dream.
Wow.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'm letting him know what's going on. There we go.
Okay, well, I can't hear anything you guys are saying at all, though. So it's going to be an odd podcast if I can't.
What about
hear
now?
anything
What about
that
now?
You guys are saying at all.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No? What?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, he's got us.
He's got us.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
I'm proud of you, Kevin. I'm proud of you, Kevin.
Don't lie to me.
Did you just call yourself Big Brain?
No. maybe.
Okay.
Big brain.
Hey, I figured it out. Wait a minute. I was directing.
happening,
I was
boys?
sitting in the director's
Bowman,
chair.
how's the future?
Ah, it's good
You
to
got
be back.
you got to put him back on the.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Wait,
I
switch
was
it.
close there.
Switch it back off. There you go.
Oh no, what
I
are we doing
changed
now?
my background. I'm roasting in the sun for the audience.
Aren't you roasting in the sun anyway?
Why would you roast in the sun?
What is the temperature like right there now? There,
Uh,
there now, right now. I don't know how those words were supposed to go together in that sentence.
Well,
If I'm being honest.
And you fucking yelled at him for fucking mishmashed English?
That's right. You're talking
Yeah.
shit on me, and you fucking
English,
gibberish over there.
English is my
So many
language.
You just offended somebody.
I'm so rotary. on the road. It's a cold day here. It's about 98.
Jesus.
It's 98 degrees,
That's so.
and that's a
warm.
cold day.
Like the band.
It was
Yeah.
kind of
If
warm
Olaf was
here.
he
It
would
rained.
bust into song.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been raining off and on.
98
down there,
degrees.
too.
It's fucking cold in this guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, there was supposed to be 100 inches of snow that turned into 1 inch of rain. Apparently,
That would actually be 10 inches of rain. We're flooding everything.
Yes.
Sacramento's not going to be here tomorrow.
We
Oh,
hope.
good.
Well, yes, it will. It'll
Finally.
just be a lake, Lake Sacramento.
Doesn't Gavin Newsom live there?
No, God, no.
No,
He does what Schwarzenegger did. He lives in San Francisco or something. He just drives in every once in a while.
I thought
Yeah,
he was
it's
living at
cheaper to do
the
that,
governor's house until they revealed the address, and then people kept trying to threaten to kill his ass because of COVID.
I find that hard to believe.
I thought that was on the news.
I think really what happened is he said he was living in the governor's house, and then they put it on the news, and then he was like, I moved because you put it on the news. Really, he was never there.
He probably had them put it on the news so he could use that as an excuse to not live there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's a fair excuse.
Hey, we have a Booker's limited release-ish. So it's the more different Bookers, Bowman.
Oh, you motherfucker!
We have Little Book, The Infinite.
Infinite. So nice.
I'm still here with our sponsor, Cansberg.
Listen,
Hey,
we're
wait,
trying
hold on.
for a real sponsor.
Who isn't
Bookers.
our sponsor now, Cameron?
Oh, the non-sponsor?
Yeah, who's
I'll
the-
bring that up.
Later?
I'll bring that up. Well, it's X-Bar is no
X-Bar.
longer a sponsor.
They've been X'd.
X-Bar has been X'd as a sponsor. They are no longer a part of this show. So they
Poor
fired
X-Bar.
themselves. They fired themselves.
Whoa.
And now, in very short order, I will be having a meeting with the two biggest nightclubs that are their opposition.
Oh,
and I'm going to
nice.
be moving all my shows to there.
Apparently, according to Josephus, there's a traveling ban for smokers in Japan now,
Ooh.
Really?
in the town of Osaka.
But like you can't smoke and travel, or
Like-
if you
like
smoke,
you-
you can't travel at all.
Like you can't smoke at all in the city.
Isn't that where?
That's no different than San Luis Obispo for the last 20
Is
years.
that Kenichi? Kenichi
Yeah,
lives over
exactly.
there.
No,
right?
Ken moved out of Osaka because of clearly their politics.
Apparently that.
Yeah.
That- Osaka clearly a blue state. Just
Yes.
letting everyone know that. Now.
Ken has far too many finely aged Cubans to live in such
Yeah.
a place.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck this place. Then we're going somewhere else. Last time I heard he was in the outskirts of Tokyo.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, where you can still smoke and do debaucherous things. So Bowman can go too if he wants.
Do you guys remember what the Infinity tasted like?
I'm meant for that.
I do. I just finished my bottle a couple days ago.
Josephus calls it Osaka now.
No, yeah, I like it. Can't believe you guys are drinking fucking Bookers without me.
We're
Yeah,
actually
It's so
drinking
nice.
better Bookers.
We're drinking Bookers.
It's like
we're
the Pap.
smoking
It's
good
like Booker's
cigars.
version of Pappy.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well,
Hey, you should feel bad.
Listen, I have.
I
a
was
s-
actually supposed to, literally, I was supposed to be there this week. This would have been when I would have come through. I'd be
No,
on
we didn't
next
know
week's
that ahead of
podcast.
time.
I will say that little book,
Huh?
like, it's dense.
Are you?
Oh,
Already,
yeah.
Are you already drinking?
Yeah.
Your book?
Fuck yeah.
You're not going to save that for after the two?
No, it's number
No,
one.
God no. The E.H. Taylor's last. I'm sorry.
that's
It just
true.
is.
Yeah.
I forgot we had the H. Taylor.
I picked up an E.H. Taylor barrel proof. It's like extremely allocated.
Josephus wants to say that today's episode is brought to you by the color blue and the letter M.
No, if you're gonna do,
So we just need to play Murdergrams now.
And the letter M.
And the letter M.
The letter M.
was that a Chris Rock joke? The white family that owns the color blue.
Probably.
Probably.
I think it was. I think it preceded the bit where he was talking about the difference between Oprah's money and Bill Gates' money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it's a connected joke.
It was a connected joke.
He is an actual comedian.
Yes.
Josephus, you should come out here to Cambodia. I'm actually going to be on stage on Sunday doing stand-up comedy. There's a good stand-up comedy scene out here. If you end up in Cambodia, I will hook you up with gigs.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gotten his passport yet. He might have to work on that.
Hey, he needs to be careful. He also said he's high right now, so don't make him make high plans, and then he'll forget about him tomorrow.
What's the line in Ocean's 11? I think you'd like Provo. I think you do very well there.
You do very well there. Have you ever been to
For real.
Provo?
So what else is new, guys?
I'm at the end of my
Aside from,
vacation.
there was that Blackhawk fucking collision that happened.
Yeah, that was a
yeah.
mess.
That's
Was
still
the
hard
lo-
to believe that happened.
I feel like
Well, I mean,
It turns out it's not
unlikely
because the day before, apparently there was also a plane diverted to avoid the exact same thing.
Ah,
I feel like Trump could have been a bit more restrained in his comments.
I missed the comments.
Aw, come on. He lasted 2 weeks. He was doing good.
Yeah.
Whoever had the
What-
over-under on
what were
that
his
one won
comments,
big.
dude?
Dude, like the next morning, like nothing is settled, no investigation has happened. The next morning, he's on TV blaming DEI policies for the crash. And you're like, whoa.
I did see that.
My man.
He is Yosemite Samming his second term to no end.
Well, he knows it's his last term.
He's
Why
just
not?
got dual 6-shooters. He's off the ground, just
Hey.
pulling the trigger.
Hey, let Trump be
mean-
Trump.
Isn't technically, sorry, but isn't technically now what is it, DEI? Isn't a DEI hire a white person now?
He's getting close.
Oh god.
Turns out
This is venturing quickly into something that's going to get us into trouble.
no, because technically, according to the last census count, he's not wrong.
Indeed.
We are the minority now, so technically,
Compared
compared to the census
No.
information,
because
we're
we're not
good.
no, that's
I
wrong.
love
We're
this
still a
argument.
plurality.
whoa,
We're just not the
whoa.
majority.
See, there you go, making up words. Okay, it is too early in the morning for you to start making up words.
I am not making up
Plurality.
words.
What is that? A band? What is it?
That would be a good name for a fucking. That'd be a good name for a fucking mid-sexual fucking metal band.
I guess
Dude.
keep that in your
I don't
pocket.
even know what mid-sexual means. That just happened in my
That's your word.
Fucking 80s hair metal. We are plurality.
Mid-sexual. Sounds like
I just
something that
thought-
came out of that Adam Sandler song.
Oh, put your arms around me, baby.
Yeah.
Can't you see I need you so? The one where he's like, now you see that shampoo bottle there, now stick it up my ass.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I believe the song was called At a Medium Pace.
That is what it's called. I played it on Friday, actually.
Of course you would.
Charlie sung it to Adam Sandler when he was at the Sierra.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Charlie?
To
Dude,
prove that he was a
Charlie
fan.
is like the prototypical Tahoe bartender.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah.
He's worked everywhere. He's always hammered, has zero shame, and somehow ends up like one night he ended up with, like, I don't want to say it on the podcast, but like the biggest names from celebrity golf at one of the dispensaries in their lounge. And
I
you're just
mean-
like, I don't. One year he caddied for Jerry.
All right, I'm getting up.
Why are you
For
getting
Jerry
up?
Springer?
No.
No fuego.
You useless son of a bitch.
Hey, all right. You know what? You know what? I retract my statement about him being a professional smoker. Amateur smoker,
Fuego.
amateur podcaster, professional drinker. That's all
No,
he's
no.
got going for him.
Cameron, Jerry Rice. He caddied for Jerry Rice,
Oh, Jerry Rice. Okay.
which is on there. There's video evidence on TV. I can say that.
Hmm.
I mean, Charlie's cool as fuck, but like he's one of those guys. Come to find out, like he's bartending most of his life, but he's also an exceptionally talented roofer and gets paid a
Okay.
ridiculous hourly rate. Like he's just one of those kooks in Tahoe that you're like, I don't understand what's happening here, but it's Tahoe, so I'm gonna run with it.
Speaking of Tahoe and the celebrity golf tournament, I don't think I've told the story about when I met either Charles Barkley or when we met Michael Jordan when we were doing the photography for for the cigar shop that you now own.
Yeah, that's true. I got in trouble. Remember Aaron Rodgers yelled
We
at me?
both got in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think he was there for that year.
Why did he yell at
The year
you?
I did it?
No, the year that Aaron Rodgers yelled at you.
Why
Oh,
did
I don't
Aaron-
know if he was there or not. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I was there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wasn't there.
Why
Yeah.
did he yell at
And
you?
then later, my brother drunkenly made fun of Aaron Rodgers while he was doing an interview.
Oh,
Funny.
that's funny.
And then fast forward a year, I almost dumped a plate of nachos on Aaron Rodgers, completely on accident.
Although
That would have been payback.
he
though.
did at least remember your name.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
So that's
He recognizes me, which is scary.
Yeah. Well, so does Jared Leto whenever we see him.
Dude, I don't think that's right. I don't think Jared Leto knows who I am.
Dude, you have no idea that he's got a fucking shrine of hate for you in his living room. He's pictures of you stabbed, little voodoo dolls.
Were you on, Cameron, were you on the episode where I told the story of throwing Jared Leto out of the bar?
Yes.
You know that. Yeah.
no, I remember that one. No, but it's so when I met Charles Barkley, it was right after I had met Leighton. I just called you Leighton. That was a Freudian slip.
It's okay. Leighton.
Leighton?
Right after
Leighton sounds good.
I'm the one that's always late, but
Yes.
anyway, when this was right after I met Satan, and he had given me a contract to take over Club Nero for a period of time on certain nights, and one of those happened to fall during we were the after party for the celebrity golf tournament, and so I mean it's hard to explain what Nero's used to be, man. It's so sad how far it's gone downhill. But I mean, there used to be 1,500 people, 1,600 people in line to get into the club while the club's already packed out.
Oh, for Celebrity
was
Golf Week?
so-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, almost every Monday as well, and every Wednesday when we did Wheel of Dare, which we can get into. That is funny. But I was coming through the nightclub, going over just checking on things. And you remember Nicole, the bartender that was there? She'd make like $1,800 in tips in a night. She was like fucking dude. She was a smoke show, dude. And so Barkley's sitting there, and he's just leaning on the bar, and nobody's like serving him a drink. So I walk up next to him. and I like look at him, and I'm like, "What do you got to do to get a beer around here? Be famous?" And Barkley just was like, starts laughing, and then I just snapped my fingers, and Nicole looked at me, and then she came right over and served him a drink, and he was like, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" I was like, "I'm nobody, dude. I'm just the promoter for the club." And he was like, "Oh man, fucking great club, really good time." Like, he was super cool, dude. He was super funny. And then I saw him a year later. This was after Lane and I were doing the photography for the cigar shop that Lane and Casey now own. And the first one that came through was Urkel, right? And we were all told specifically.
No, not Urkel. Carlton.
Carlton.
Carlton. Yeah.
Carlton, yeah, not Urkel. Sorry,
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah, you cannot call
Yeah.
him Carlton.
Yeah, and that was the one thing that I was told not to say,
And you did it.
which I proceeded to do
Yeah.
Yeah.
right in his backswing.
Definitely something you would do.
I mean, everyone does it. Like our little cigar booth almost got thrown off the course probably 3 out of 4 years because someone called him Carlton.
Yeah.
There's also that. So then right after him, Jordan comes through, right? And now Jordan, I've seen Jordan. I've met him twice, and I can tell you this was fucking hilarious. Is that Blythe told me, he was like, "Cam, do you think you can get Michael Jordan to sign the cigar box?" And I was like, "Michael Jordan doesn't sign autographs, man."
Nope.
And he's like, "Well, just do you think you can do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can probably figure it out." So when Jordan comes through, I think you helped me with this too, Lane. We told him it was for charity.
Yeah.
we fucking got him, and he was like, we just handed him like the best possible. Like Mark was the not my brother Mark, but Mark the
Mark
guy
Gordon.
from
Yeah.
Yeah.
he I love that guy. He was great, and he hands him like the most fabulous stick, perfectly cut, lights it for him, the whole thing, and then I'm like, Mr. Jordan, do you mind signing this? We're going to be auctioning it off for charity, which of course Blythe never did.
Ever. That was the story he told for a long time, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
But
definitely.
he definitely signed it, and then he was like, "What charity is it for?" And I was like, Oh fuck! And I had to come up with something.
St. Mary's.
I just had to come up with some name. And
I
don't
mean,
remember what it
conveniently,
was.
all the cigar companies in DR and Nicaragua have basically the same charitable purpose. They build houses and schools for people who are destitute.
I mean, that works.
Yeah,
And then
right.
the second time I met Michael Jordan was with Charles Barkley again that same year.
Hmm.
And Charles Barkley recognized me. Didn't remember my name.
Yeah.
He didn't remember my name, but he recognized me. And I go up there, and Charles Barkley's there standing next to Michael Jordan. This is the same night that I met Mark Cuban, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that night. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I walk up and Charles Barkley's there, and Nicole, same bartender again. He always went to the same one because Nicole was Nicole. I would as well. And
Yeah.
Yep.
he goes, he's there. He drops $100 tip, and I was gonna just go up and say hi to Barkley because I didn't, I hadn't seen him for a year or 2 years or something, and I was just gonna be like, hey, if you guys need it. Because one thing about Charles Barkley, refuses VIP service, wouldn't take it. Like I offered him a full VIP booth with all the fucking bottles he could possibly drink. Refused it. Just wanted to be one of the regular people that goes to the bar and orders. Super cool. Jordan, different.
Mm-hmm.
But he also did lose $1 million in fucking one night in
Like
the casino that you guys were
Baccarat.
in on Baccarat.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
anyways,
I didn't know he was a
Barkley-
Bach player.
He liked Baccarat,
Yeah.
and he was okay at it, but he would not tip the dealers, and Barkley called him out on it one time.
Yeah, they got into a fight over it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the buffet too.
Yeah, buffet, yeah.
Well, this is the whole thing is that at Club Nero, Barkley slaps $100 bill for every drink that he buys, and he slaps $100 bill on the table, and fucking Jordan took it and put it in his fucking pocket, and Barkley was fucking pissed. He was like, what? And so I got to watch Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan almost get in a fist fight, and I was like, no, don't break security. I
Yeah.
need to see this. Like, however, because Barkley's gonna win. For sure.
Mm.
Hands down, I
Yeah.
put it on Barkley.
Oh, for sure, dude. That's definitely like a fucking plus fucking 1,000 on fucking Barkley. But yeah, I mean that was funny because I had heard that story, and then I actually got to see it happen in real time. Barkley just put down $100. Jordan snatched it off the table, put it in his
No.
own pocket.
You can't have it. Yeah.
He's like, you left your money out, man. I was just watching out for you.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what was happening. Just
No,
trying to be a friend.
I remember precisely what he said. He said, "These people don't deserve that." And Barkley said back to him, he said, "Do you have any idea how little these people fucking make? This is what they survive on." And then they started going at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is one of my favorite moments. I turned around. This is not a joke. I turned around from the fight between Barkley and Jordan, turned around, walked through the dance floor, and somebody's beelining right through the dance floor at me. And it's Mark Cuban. And I'm like, what? And he just walks up and he was like, "Are you Cameron?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Good job tonight." And he shook my hand. And he looked me right in the eyes. He was like, "You're doing a lot of good stuff here. I hope you have a good life." And then he just walked away.
Hmm.
But he made sure to find out who the promoter was for that night, found me,
And said,
beelined
"Thank
like
you."
a fucking missile right at me, shook my hand, said, "You're doing a good job. Have a good life."
I've been told he's pretty down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he kind of has the Gordon Ramsay thing. Like you see him on Shark Tank and he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
But in real life, like if you bump into him, he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
run into him up here. Like he
Yeah.
stopped coming right after that, I think.
Yeah, he's too busy now.
Yeah. I mean, that was
When he
years
bought the
ago.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about the Mavericks real quick?
I'm not
They-
a basketball
They
fan, so I
just
can try.
traded fucking Luca to the Lakers.
I know.
Who the fuck does that?
I don't know.
They do, apparently.
They're gonna look really bad for a really long time.
Oh my god, that was
They might be
amazing.
they might be the team that moves to Seattle.
Dude, I texted James the
Okay,
moment
so
that
who
happened.
The fuck is Luca?
Luka Doncic.
He's like the third best player in the league.
Yeah, he's like 25, plays like
What
a
did he trade it
beast.
for?
It was a
Uh,
massive trade between
yeah,
three teams.
So it
The
was
biggest piece was Anthony Davis, who is like LeBron's second on the Lakers.
Yeah,
Oh.
Anthony Davis went from the Lakers to Dallas, and Dallas traded 3 players, and one of them was Luca.
Yeah.
And it was
I
like,
wonder
are
if
you
all three of
fucking
those-
kidding me?
I wonder if 2 out of 3 of those players are on the P Diddy list, and that's why he got rid of them. Just all of them.
God, dude, you just can't do that. Like that ain't right.
Too soon? Okay.
Yeah, can't bring up the Diddy yet.
I don't know. What does that air freshener look like? I sent him a picture of the Epstein air freshener. which
It'll
is-
just say
Oh my God.
at the bottom. It just says the
wait.
diddler.
Is that the
Can
one
you
that,
put that
that doesn't
picture
hang
up,
itself?
What's that?
That the air freshener doesn't hang itself?
Yeah, this air freshener didn't hang itself.
I literally almost fell out of my fucking chair when Lane said that.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was in a really bad mood because I was going through some shit, like fighting with people and just different business transactions that weren't going the way they were supposed to, and that had nothing to do with me.
Dude,
And Lane was just like, "I'll
That-
brighten your day."
legitimately, there was a
a
solid 4 months of like me and Lane going back and forth between every time we saw a reference to that. Like it just kept going. It was fucking hilarious. It was just like, what? Oh my God.
Oh, that was fun. I missed that.
Oh, by the way, Joe Stevens made a really funny joke.
Yeah. That
Shortly,
we can read on the air.
shortly after you threw out Jared Leto, he became 30 seconds from bars.
Yeah.
That's a golf clap for you.
I don't.
That was
the
the
most,
me and Kevin
dude. The
were
most
dying
disappointing
laughing.
part of that entire situation is I didn't even realize fucking what's her face was there.
See, and
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Didn't like someone told me later that she was standing right next to me.
See, that's why. Okay, the story is so nonchalant for you. That's why I know that you are the #1 hated person on his list.
He has a
Like, it-
shrine
they-
dedicated.
I will pay money to interview him one day and just bring up your name and just
Just-
watch the anger.
They
come across his
legitimately broke
face.
up like 10 days later,
Did-
and I take credit
because
for
of you. Yeah.
What you do is you just hold up a photo and say, "Do you remember him?"
Yeah. Have you seen this man?
I mean, that's always been how when I introduce myself to people, I always say, they ask my name, I'm like Cameron, and they're like, Cameron? I'm like Cameron Diaz, only a man and not as pretty.
that.
For sure.
And then everybody's, it's either that or James Cameron. It depends on the audience.
I can't believe you use his name in public. Listen,
Well, I mean,
listen,
he does-
Piranha 2.
Look, he's got, at least he made the Terminator,
The
which
Abyss.
is literally
The Abyss wasn't
unfolding in
bad.
real time. It's unfolding in real time.
No, that is happening right now.
Yeah, Terminator 1 and 2. We don't talk about 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, but 1 and 2 were good.
Apparently, they're doing another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know
3 was
why.
the worst.
Because
Because-
people are paying to watch it.
because they haven't beat that cow census yet.
I mean, that's what it is. That's literally the. It's the same with Alien. Nobody watches Alien 4. We don't. That's if you're watching this podcast.
Was it
and you
Alien,
watch
Romulus?
4,
I
you're-
stopped at like 3.
And wasn't
Romulus
Prometheus?
was all right.
Was it? Isn't
Romulus.
Prometheus supposed to be part of Alien?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
the beginning. It's the
That one was
origin.
all right.
The prequel?
It's like Prometheus, Romulus, and then the other one that just came out.
There's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they just
came
did
out.
one.
I thought Romulus was the one that just came out.
Oh, well, then there's one in between Prometheus and that one.
Well, I thought Romulus was after. I thought Romulus was like later.
Yeah.
Or is it between the first and the second one?
No, so it's Alien Prometheus is the prequel, which then leads you to like Alien 1 and 2, and then apparently Romulus picks up directly after 2
I thought it picked up after
or
one.
after 1, like directly after 1.
And it was before 2.
yeah, it's like Rogue
Where
One.
does Alien versus Predator fit into this?
Clearly top of the list.
We don't. No, Casey. No.
yeah. First of all, Alien versus Predator, Freddy versus Jacob. Those are the 2 best games.
Freddy versus Jacob?
Yep.
Jagan.
You never seen that
Who
one?
the fuck
Yeah,
is
no,
that?
I didn't realize I was in it. Jenkins.
It's a B movie. Jenkins good. It's a real good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Krakoon.
Oh my God! Did you?
Is that like Cocaine Bear? Or?
I didn't show it to
Yes,
him.
it is. Except for Cocaine Bear is a real story, and Krakoon.
No,
is
no, no.
not.
Krakoon is. Did you watch the trailer?
I
Dude,
I
watch the
glanced at
tra-
it.
Can you put the trailer up?
It's
Not
dude.
right
It's
now, no.
maybe the greatest puppet used for movie ever. Like better than Yoda. Yeah,
Is it a puppet?
it's got to be a puppet.
It's not CGI.
It's so
No,
good.
no,
it's
it's
not.
CGI.
That's like, it's like, dude, it's.
I don't
it's-
think this movie could have afforded the $20 a month subscription to AI to make it AI.
Dude, it's so good. though.
Wow. So this is
It
a
is
C
so
movie.
good. How can we not put up a clip? Like, I mean, we need to be able to put up a clip. That's like the audience would love to see a part of Raccoon. at the
Yeah,
moment.
I get that, but right now we just got a new switchboard because the other one died for video. So
Oh yeah, we're working on new equipment tonight. We had
Yeah.
to,
Ah, okay. Well, fair enough.
Yeah,
I was
the
just gonna
ports on the
give
other
you
one blew
a
up.
load of shit, Kevin, but I won't now.
that's right.
So how did you fucking break the other one?
The port's fried.
Your
Yeah,
face was on it.
fried.
My face was on it.
I mean, actually,
Kevin,
you know,
Kevin getting back in the ring. I like it, dude. This is good.
he's not wrong because you know it was fine until you started showing
That
up.
is true. The thing was working perfectly fine until bam, there it is.
Yeah, well, your fan base grew though. That's
No,
for sure.
I think we just cooked
Maybe.
them. I mean, it was 2 years
Yeah.
old, and it's not an expensive video switcher.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
been
clearly podcast level.
yeah, and it's been warm in this room lately, and because it was cold before, I stopped using the fan.
Dude, it was fucking hot
Yeah.
yesterday.
Was it?
It was like
It's warm when I walked
We
in
are-
here today.
Very quickly going to have to get them
to
redo what we had them undo for winter.
I know, especially if the temperatures keep up like this.
No.
And surprisingly, winter wasn't that bad yet.
So what
Well,
do you guys
thanks for
smoke?
putting that out in the universe.
I can't wait, dude.
I
can't
am
wait. More
I am
snow.
smoking an Oliva Serio. Doing something different tonight. I haven't smoked one of these in a long time.
That sounds weak.
Ooh, that's a good smoke.
It is a good smoke.
Yeah,
Not as good as a Serie V.
no,
Like
but-
different.
yeah, it's not aged as much. It doesn't have that Virginia.
Also not
sun-grown
sun-grown.
tobacco. Yeah.
Casey, what are you smoking?
Illusion Corojo.
As usual.
Hmm.
Because you're too lazy to move from one
We're-
cigar box. to
We're
the
a
other.
little bit light in the humidor right now. Our options are more limited than I'd like.
That
Ah,
this one
well,
isn't selling that much, so we're trying to
that's
get rid of
fair.
that. We're trying to get rid of that one.
Yeah, that's one we're gonna bring back.
Yeah.
What's that Maduro Gurkha that we like?
The
What?
ghost?
Yeah,
Bullshit just came out of your mouth.
The ghost?
the ghost. Yeah.
He was
Lies.
looking at me, and the
Why would I
we
look
is
at
between
you?
me and him.
Look
Okay,
at that.
This is an A and B conversation. See yourself somewhere else. Okay.
You know, my favorite one, and I rarely get to use it, is that this is an A, B, C, D, E conversation, so fuck off. I only got to use that in the army. I can't use it here because there's not enough people.
Did you ever see the like ridiculous names on birth certificates?
I've seen
Like that clip, that video clip?
Literally, anytime the combine shows up.
Yeah. So one of them, literally on the birth certificate, it was A B C D E, pronounced Absidae.
abs today. I was absent this day.
Pronounced abs today.
Can't make that shit up, Cameron.
Did Elon Musk have another child? What the fuck?
you guys do know you guys do know my other name, right?
Which one?
Lane, you know it.
Lost in
Your
translation.
first
I don't
name?
know.
Your actual first name?
No, my other name.
Say it out loud. He ain't remembering.
I am technically still to this day Jose Alvarez Sanchez.
Oh, I did know that.
Jose Alvarez Sanchez.
Yeah.
Jose
That is my
Alvarez
technical
Sanchez.
legal name.
Technical legal name.
I'm not even joking.
How many fake IDs did you make?
Not even a fake ID.
What?
Not even fake.
Wasn't me,
Birth
man.
certificate and everything.
Yeah, it wasn't
Wow.
me that did it. And it was funny because I realized it after it happened. So I was living in Huntington Beach, and I had to come back up to Tahoe for some fucking reason. And I can't remember what that reason was. Oh, I think it was to interview with Loberg yet again. And I had my briefcase in my closet and all that. And oh, by the way, here, check this out.
Wait, hold on. Why do I see every interaction, Cameron, in my head between you and Loberg as the interaction at the end of Spaceballs between Lone Star and Dark Helmet?
Hold on.
I missed the cat.
Oh, he's got a cat?
Yeah, he has a firm.
That's Roxy. Her name's Roxy.
Is this the one that tries to kill you? Or it's the dog?
I'm gonna say that's a good cat.
That's the dog. No, this one just cuddles a lot. She gets bored and then cuddles.
What was the Stephen King film where the cat like crawled in? Like you don't see it happen, but like
Pet
the person.
Cemetery?
Is it Pet Cemetery where
Yeah.
it crawls out of the person?
I think so.
I don't think that's Pet
I
Cemetery.
don't remember that in Pet Cemetery.
No. I think that's something else.
Are you
Anyway,
sure?
I thought so.
I don't
Well, now I
even
need to
remember that.
know.
All I can remember is Leprechaun in that part of the movie in space. Leprechaun in space, where he crawls out of that guy.
In space.
Wait, hold on. Remember that conversation where like worst sequel of all time?
That's one of them, right there.
Leprechaun.
Was there?
Well, hang on.
A fucking sequel to Facing the Giants though?
No, there was
No.
not.
Hang on. Leprechaun 1
we
and
sure?
2,
We're great.
kind of mid.
Yeah.
Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in the Hood,
That
a fucking banger. Okay,
I think it was
I don't
perfect.
care who you are. Leprechaun 4 is a fucking banger.
Well, I mean, they should have made a Gremlins in the Hood, dude. That would have worked out well.
and then
With
there was
fucking
there's
Ice-T in it.
remember they had Tales from the Crypt, and then they had Tales from the Hood.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember
I
Tales from the
forgot
Hood?
about that.
No.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
but I
Tales from the
forgot about
Hood.
that.
Ooh,
Uh,
that's a gem
what
right
was
there.
what was the Black Wizard of Oz?
The Wiz.
The Wiz. That was
Yeah.
a good one too.
The Wiz is good. Yep. I like the Wiz. I don't
Wiz,
like the Wizard of
baby.
Oz.
Lane's like, I don't think I've seen it.
I've not.
You've never seen the Wiz?
No. We had this
what-
discussion.
How have you hung out with Bowman and not seen the Wiz?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he only got to see new movies that came before they came out.
Oh, that's
that
fair.
was so Lane was
So lucky.
except for with the exception of the Palm Wednesday series and the throwback series at the Fremont Theater.
Yeah.
That's not true. You
Blazing
also watched Blazing Saddles. Yeah.
That was the classic
yeah,
series.
Yeah.
That's the classic series at Fremont.
Yeah.
So, there was
Yeah, and
more
you
than
weren't
just
ready for that one.
I mean,
Well, there was also the moment when, God, what was the name of the movie? It had Ben Kingsley and Morgan Freeman in it. That was the year that Morgan Freeman came down, and I'm trying to remember the name of what that movie was. It was. Can you look that up real quick, Kevin? My
You do
computer-
remember that photo that Lane sent you
hold on.
which
of
one?
where my computers are? In conjunction to where
yeah.
I am?
It's not
Well, fix that goddamn problem.
it's
for
not
fuck's sake.
the
Why don't you fix your computer?
it's not the Ben Kingsley
Mister, I
one
have to
where-
use my tablet to
where he's the villain.
get
right?
in on this conversation.
I don't think
Well,
so.
I actually did. Trust me, Lane and I
Nah.
went through the same problem.
You just
Let's talk
stumbled
about
all over
that.
yourself.
No, Lane, we had the same problem this whole last week. Like whatever fucking update that they decided to release fucked up his computer and my computer.
I know at some
At the
point
same
they're
time.
supposed to force Windows 11.
What are you talking about? Lucky number 11?
That is it.
Listen,
That is the movie.
That
And I
movie, that
remember
movie
sitting
slaps.
with Steve Leone, who was the president of the film festival. And the reason I bring this up is because he had the same reaction that I had to Blazing Saddles. About 10 minutes into it, he just looks at me and he was like, I can't play this movie. And I was like, Bud, you're going to have to. You've already booked Morgan Freeman. Like, what do you
Like, that's happening.
Like, you can't back out on Morgan Freeman. If you do that, then I told him straight up, I was like, if you do that, then this film festival is dead. You'll never recover from that one.
Mm-mm.
If you have Morgan Freeman booked and then you fucking cancel on him, good luck in the industry, man.
Do you see they moved, or they're moving Sundance?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be
Idaho?
online and in Salt Lake City, I think.
Oh, the Mormons. They want it. Have you
Oh, they
guys
love
seen
that.
I thought
Have you guys
Sundance
seen
was already
American
in.
Primeval?
No, it's in Park City.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Say again?
Have you guys seen? Has anybody seen American Primeval?
No, I haven't.
I feel like I
It's new
have.
on- it's new on Netflix, and it's about the Battle of Mormon Station, and you know.
Oh,
when
I did watch that. Yeah, I did watch that.
It's fucking good. I was surprised. I did not expect it to. At first, it seems like it's a fucking love story to the Mormons, and then real quick, it
Not so much.
shifts its gears. And yeah, the history behind that is
I mean,
so insane.
The Mormons also got kind of shit on Hell on Wheels, if we're being
I,
honest.
don't even, I haven't seen Hell on Wheels.
Oh man, Hell on Wheels is so good.
I think I have to take a look at that.
You haven't seen that one?
I don't think I have.
Oh, he disappeared.
Did he?
Oh, did we lose Bowman?
Yes.
He must have clicked off or something.
Well, he'll be back.
Oh, poor Bowman.
You haven't seen Hell on Wheels?
No.
They finally put it on Paramount
Yeah, it's on
Plus.
Paramount Plus now. You should watch
I'll
it.
have to take a look.
Yeah, it's good. It's old. I mean,
It's probably 6 or 7 years old.
what does he want? Lost it. Yes, we know. We're aware.
We know.
He wants another link.
It's the
It's
same,
same link.
It's the same link. It didn't change. Kids these days.
Texting him that.
Some people's children, man.
It's a Hell on Wheels is a western.
Is it?
It's a western TV show.
Who's in it?
Anson Mount, Common,
Okay.
the guy who
Cole
plays
Meany.
Chief O'Brien.
Cole Meany.
Chief O'Brien.
Some other people.
The Swede.
Yeah, what?
I don't know his name, but I just know him as the Swede.
You know the actor's name or the sweet or his name, his character name?
Both. He's just the Swede.
The character's name was Thor Gunderson.
Yeah, but he's the Swede. Even though he's not Swedish.
No, he's Norwegian. There, we got a Bowman back. Shortly.
Yep. I don't know. That
Oh,
was
fuck.
obviously a me mistake. That had to have been on my end somehow.
Oh my God! Did I ever tell you,
Probably-
Cameron, like the greatest use I ever got out of the Satan nickname
Oh no, I haven't.
or the devil nick, whichever one you guys were using at the time?
Yep.
So you remember Rachel, redheaded Rachel? She was giving me shit one day when we were still dating, and she's like, she goes, well, I'm here collecting souls. Like, you can't affect me. Maddest I've ever seen her. I go, yeah, but y'all are just working for me anyway. She got,
Oh, dude.
she got pissed. Yeah.
I imagine she would have. I mean, that's dude. There was the time too that this was based on your persona that I went, and this was when I was still running Club Nero, and Lane will tell you I'm pretty fucking good at theatrical makeup, and so I was the devil.
Oh, you were carrying around contracts in your briefcase. I remember that.
Yep, and there was like at least fucking 1,100 people waiting in line at the club. And so I was walking up the line and just saying, anybody want to sell their soul to the devil for a free entry in the nightclub? and then it was all women that said yes.
Yeah.
And then I would take them to a table and have them sign a fucking contract, an actual contract. And then say, take this to the door guy. I think it was Bear or Anthony that night. I can't remember, but it was one of the two of them. And they were just fucking cracking up.
Oh,
It's just
dude.
like I don't know why it was all the hot women, like all the most beautiful smoke shows that said none of the guys. And it was funny because I told them specifically, like they were with their boyfriends and whatever. And I'm like, sorry, my friend. One contract, one soul.
Yeah.
And they would literally abandon their fucking boyfriends to get into the club. And so I had like 150 contracts signed for people's souls. Briscoe probably still has them in storage.
Oh, probably.
Wow.
Dude, the proof bite on the Elijah Craig is real.
Is it? I haven't tried it
Compared to the other two,
yet. You
like
finished off the first one, it looks like.
very similar. Very similar proofs. And I like the flavor profile of the Elijah Craig, but the proof bite is real.
So is Gansberg.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
The best German beer not made by Germans.
Hey, I was
Right,
gonna
that's
say,
what it is.
Bowman, I have a stockpile of Little Book and Booker's whenever you make it back to the country.
Well,
See, you're making them
that's sweet and
contemplate coming
deal.
back sooner.
Yeah, I mean, I was
It's-
planning on being. So the thing was, Stanton Warriors. I had them booked in L.A. and then I got outbooked, so now they're in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well, you can-
it's funny though that the devil knows exactly what you want. I try to
Oh, of
tempt you.
Dude, Lane probably knows me better than like. There's Mark, and then Lane, Janot, and then Clayton. That's pretty much the only people who actually really, really know me. And Clayton, he's fucking hilariously the opposite of fucking Satan. he is like the coolest, like on every dance floor, knows every single DJ, knows all the producers. He used to be my right hand man in Poison in my production company, which I still have, but I just haven't been back in the States in a long time. And then there's Satan on the complete other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, where's Lane? At the bar with bourbon?
Not good bourbon because they
Where-
usually don't have good bourbon at the bar.
Dude, everyone's got
Where's
wild turkey.
Lane?
Everybody does.
Everyone's
That's true.
got the
Splitting
turkey.
Yeah.
Everybody has the turkey.
Oh,
Crazy
I
chicken?
love wild turkey. I still love a bit of fucking chicken head
Yeah.
for sure. You know, that's
Crazy
why I'm with a
chicken?
wild turkey.
What was it in
Wow.
Polish?
Right
Chiki
there.
Induk?
Chicky and Duck. Fuck. I haven't heard that in forever. I just remember Cześć jestem Cameron because that's all I needed to say back in the day, and then they would fall right into your hand. Because there
Oh.
was a point in time, dude, about Tahoe history. I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to act like a womanizer here or something, but we used to call it hunting season because the J1 visa would come through, and then summertime was when the Polish would roll in. And it was funny because I had these two really, really close friends who were pretty high up in the casino chain, Mikhail and I forget the other guy's name, but he basically like pimped out all of his friends to me, just for fucking movie tickets and nightclub tickets.
He probably got
Like,
he probably got a kickback if you married one of them and they got to stay.
Well, he was Polish too.
That's what I'm
So-
saying. But he probably got a kickback from them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure he did.
Like, what was
No,
the
I mean,
going rate when we were in our 20s? It was like 30K.
Yeah, that's what Agatka offered me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And she gave it to another guy though, because she said she wanted to marry me for love.
That-
If she would have just said it was for money, I would have said yes.
That poor son of a bitch.
Nah.
That's horrible to say. She's gonna see this someday, and then she's gonna fly to Cambodia and murder me, dude.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh yeah, she's the tiniest little fucking murderer you could ever like, dude. She's like 5'3" of pure furious energy. Like,
Yes.
you know, I wouldn't wish that on, because there's no way Adele could keep her back, man. They're the same size, but she's Australian, right? Australians are, unfortunately, sorry, Australians, you're a fucking nanny state, so you don't know how to fight. You don't know how to. For some reason, you have all the most literally weaponized animals on the planet. They're fucking the worst that you could possibly come across.
It's their defense mechanism.
But you don't have an ability to protect yourself from anything. Like, you get cut with a wet paper. You know.
Kevin, you should read
Whoops.
that.
Out loud?
Okay.
Yes, you should.
Oh, no.
All right.
It's about
So
wild turkey.
Josephine says, if you drink a handle of wild turkey and pass out on a fire anthill, they won't bite you. They will bite the cops trying to pick you up, though.
Oh, he's finally doing PC jokes for us. How cute.
He does a couple here and there, like the devil wears faded glory, not Prada.
What's going on, bud?
Oh, wow. That's good, dude.
Yeah, we do. We don't sell it. It's just for our podcast.
Oh, okay. So can anybody come by and have a cigar and
Yeah. I mean, right now we're shooting this
Anyways.
thing, but most of the
Come
time,
on
yeah.
You said something about mud.
Come on in.
maybe I'll come back
What?
in half an hour or so, or you guys still be around, or what the
Yeah.
close?
Cameron?
We should be done about 10:45, and then we'll
You
be
should be a guest.
moving everything around. But you can come in. Yeah.
Smells delicious in here.
Dude, put him on the podcast. he's our guest.
I don't think he was the type.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our foot. Whatever.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
We can't get 15 seconds right.
I don't think that was gonna. Yeah.
I didn't think
I
it was
think we're
gonna go
safe
anywhere
there.
good.
Yeah.
Disney's gonna get mad at us.
That's the dude
Yeah.
who's baby's dad from Dirty Dancing. By the way,
Wait, what?
the actor who played baby's dad in Dirty Dancing.
Really?
That's the guy who does the voice of
The
in
fire
Beauty and the
candlestick.
Beast. Yeah, he does all the singing.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You're welcome.
You just taught Cameron something about
Well,
movies.
it's,
Well, no, I mean, this is going to end up being a movie off at some point because you've actually got way more fucking knowledge than I knew. Obviously, I've been out of the industry since 2009, but, you know. But yeah, I mean,
if
that
it's,
American
movie
Prime Evil
trivia,
show, by the
I got you.
Yeah, Casey's
You know,
doing pretty good at
I'll be
that.
honest. One of my favorite things about Cameron in the movie industry was every time a Pirates sequel came out, and his 45-minute rant about how trash it was.
yeah.
There'd be
Well, it was funny.
I said there'd be
Sorry.
10 days where he just could not let Pirates go.
Oh, for sure, dude.
This is Pirates
mean-
of the Caribbean, not Pirates the Porno.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He was probably both.
I probably wouldn't rant about the second one.
Well, I don't think he's ever seen Pirates of Penzance. So
Okay.
We'll find out. I mean, now I will.
So-
Yeah, I used to.
He's like,
I
"Ooh."
remember when it first came out, dude. And so it first came out. I'm at Wallace Theaters. Loberg had booked it in our smallest house, which was house number 4. I screened it, the first one. I think I screened that one by myself. And the first one was actually good. And I told Loberg, I said, we really need to move this to, because that house only has 74 seats.
oh yeah.
And so I was like, dude, this is, and he was like, no, the the film buyer, they said it's not going to make any money. It's not, nobody's going to care about it. It's just going to be a throwaway Disney film.
I
And
hope
was
that
like,
film buyer was fired.
No, they didn't get fired. But I literally was just like, I made the executive decision without Loberg's permission or anything. Took the print, so there's film clamps, right? So you have 35 millimeter, it has a brain ring, and then you build it along the brain ring. And then instead of breaking it down, pulling it apart every time, you just have clamps you put on them. It's very dangerous to move unless you know what you're doing, especially if you have really bad shoulders.
Yeah. See, is this the one that spewed all over the floor?
No, that was X-Men.
Oh.
I'll talk about that one in a second. So I moved it over to the top house, and moved the other one back, and then I had to go into the POS system to change everything around. So I had Nicole do that because I didn't have access to it. And then Loberg was so fucking pissed off at me, right up until the moment that we sold every single seat in 280 seat theater. And then he was like, "You're a fucking genius." Like, you're a fucking genius. So the X-Men one.
Did you fucking Wayne's World it?
I don't know what that means. Tell me.
In Wayne's World, when he's like, "There's no film in this camera," and he flicks it open, and all the cameras just spews out of the fucking side of it.
Similar situation. At the time, I was okay. I was hooking up with this girl in the projection booth, right? I'm not going to name who that was, but Lane knows who it is. And I'm like doing that, and then I'd threaded the film and had everything ready to roll, right? The only thing I forgot is that I had bypassed there's a switch on the bottom that, in case there's like a lack of tension, it'll stop the projector it'll just stop everything. And I had forgotten to turn so you have 3 platters, right? You have one that has the film on it, then the next one that the film is going to. So it basically rewinds itself at the same time. I forgot in my, I guess I would say,
Preoccupied state.
That's a great way to put that. To turn on the second platter. And then started the movie, went down in, and what happens then is the fucking film just literally just goes and doesn't get wrapped up. So it just, by the time the film was over, I came up and the entire fucking projection booth was filled with ribbons of 35 millimeter.
Oops.
And I was like, and then,
I mean, this is like 6 miles of film.
oh yeah, it's literally like 6 miles of film, dude. It's coming down the stairs. I'm like, I come up and I'm like, and mind you, I didn't check until the next morning, an hour before we were supposed to start the movie, right?
Oh, jeez.
So I walk in and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I put a record. I had to, because it tangled itself all up and everything. I put a record 127 splices into this movie. So I had to cut it, splice it back together. I got it all back on screen.
Dude, that would have been like a splice a minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is pretty much what it was, dude. So whoever got that print next.
Oh my God, dude. They must have been so pissed.
Oh, my
Wait, but
favorite
didn't
one
you guys? Wait, hold on. Didn't you? I don't remember the movie, but you hated it so much that you
Hulk.
didn't rewrap it. You just shoved it back into the tins, like
Hulk.
the Hulk.
The one with Eric. The one with Eric Bana.
Yeah.
I remember. So
Yeah.
it's not even that I just didn't. So I did exactly that, and then I went on the rooftop of what used to be the Horizon with the film cans, all 3 of them, and I threw them off of the fucking roof. I literally threw them off the fucking roof, and then brought them back in, and did it again.
Yeah.
That's how much I hated that fucking movie.
Was that the second
Because we
one or the
kept
first one?
The one with Eric Bana.
That's the first one.
First one. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't remember which one.
Because
It wasn't
Edward
the one
Norton
with
took
Edward
over
Norton.
after
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then
Probably
Edward
better.
couldn't do it. Then it was Mark Rufio.
No, it wasn't. It was neither of those. It was Eric Bana.
Yeah,
It was the
Okay.
first one.
it's the first one.
Not only was it one of it's right up there with Facing the Giants, but
Yeah.
well, but Facing the Giants is still 100 orders of magnitude higher than that, but still, it's in that Bowman fucking chart of movies that I hate. That movie pissed me off so bad because it was it was 8 reels, so it barely fit on the actual platter. So I kept having to move it, like every like they ended up having me move the Hulk in between shows. So this is a massive film. It's like the clamps barely even fucking attach with it. And so I put it on my shoulder, and it's like probably about 100 pounds. And I'm walking down the stairs, moving it, going up the stairs to another one, playing it, then doing it, then moving it to another one. And then the final draw was there was a girl. It was a DEI hire. And as it turns out. And diversity, inclusion, and something, whatever. And her name was Charlotte, I think. And she played, but you end up having movies that play in the same house after they're getting towards the end of their run. And she had played the Hulk, started the Hulk, when it was supposed to be another movie that was being played.
Oh no.
And so
Oops.
I get all of a sudden a bunch of fucking people flipping out. So I just come in and I just took the fucking brain ring off, threw it across the fucking room, rethreaded
Well,
the other
because if
movie.
you were going to do that properly, you'd have to run it in real time onto another spool.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's no once you've done that, there's no way going back.
Yeah.
So and I was so pissed off at that movie played for like fucking 13 weeks. And I was like, why is anybody buying tickets to this fucking piece of shit movie? It is such a fucking horrible movie. It's so long, so unnecessary. So I really started to gain a lot of anger over this fucking movie. So much so that I actually fucking thought about going to the writer in fucking LA, hanging out in the same cafe as him, and punching him in the fucking mouth. Just because, and then going to jail for a night for aggravated assault. And then
Because fuck
settling
you,
it
that's
out
why.
Yeah.
yeah, and people are like, why did you do that? The Hulk.
Yeah.
That's why I did that. But yeah, instead I got back. But I have a little bit of empathy in my little tiny heart.
Lies.
So I did, after shipping it off to the next, because they don't check the cans. It's just DHL.
Yeah.
That did it. So they just put the cans in the thing and they leave, right? I can imagine the fucking, like, what the fuck would the next projectionist look at it and go, oh my God, what do I even do with this? Like, what do I even do with this? Like, I mean, I just shoved them in the can. I just, like, peeled it off one at a time.
Turns
I
out
did do
you were almost the victim. 3 weeks after you wanted to punch the writer of the Hulk in the face, somebody in some other theater had tracked you down and was going to be sitting in the bar waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's, dude, there were so many funny incidences though, like especially in the movie industry. Like I can't even, like, so I ended up getting movie karma at the end of the day. So this is like years later. and I'm doing the throwback series at the
Oh
classic-
shit, dude! I remember you fucking. I remember.
This is Rocky Horror Picture Show, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
And so
Yeah.
I open. I love that movie. Fuck you, you gay fucks.
You would.
I definitely would if I had the chance. But Casey's a little bit of a plumper for me. But I pulled the movie out of the can, and I don't know who the last projectionist was, but literally the whole fucking the whole first 2 reels were split directly in half.
How do you
they
even do
must-
that?
So you have to misthread.
Okay.
Mm.
That's how it happens, because there's a couple of mechanisms in it that if you misthread, it'll fuck. That's how I got my job. Actually, it was Legally Blonde. There was a guy named David, because in the old days when we had Wallace Theaters and it was in Horizon, there was a bar right in front of the Horizon. So
Yeah.
what he would do is he would go down after he started the sets, and he would go down and he would get fucking hammered, and then he would come back and do the next set, and then he'd go and get more hammered, and then he'd, pot calling the kettle black, of course. Obviously,
I was gonna say that's. I seem to recall a very similar order of
Well,
operations.
the difference is I never fucked it up.
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
So he misthreaded Legally Blonde. And I mean, he literally put a giant green line down the middle of the whole thing and almost split the film in half. And they fired him. And then his whole staff, except for one guy named Dick, who you probably remember Dick.
I do.
I would think. He's fucking funny. And that guy is one of those guys who's like, he's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I tried to I give him a write-up one time, and he was like, yeah, I'm not signing that. And I was like, you have to sign it. He was like, turns out I don't. I don't give a fuck. Fire me. Just fire me. And I was like, well, I can't fire. Fuck. God damn it. You know what I mean? Like that guy was the epitome of that deal. But that's how I ended up. After that guy and his whole staff walked, then they called the meeting, and they're like, oh, does anybody know anything about mechanics? And I'm like, I do. My dad's a race car mechanic, blah 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 blah. That's the beginning of my origin story. But yeah, anyway,
None of the electrics are Lucas, right?
Ooh, Rover dig. Now you're gonna piss off. Mark's gonna be Mark's gonna be hunting you down now. It's like Beetlejuice, dude. Don't say it 3 times, motherfucker.
Listen, if I had Mark around, I would have no problem owning a Rover.
Also true.
Facts.
I love how you were saying. I was still went by. I looked at that Rover again today, longingly.
Did you hear my voice in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilux. Buy a Hilux, Cameron. Just buy a Hilux.
Make your life
Everything will be
easier,
over.
Cameron.
Your life will be good. I literally did hear your voice in my head because you're fucking Satan after all. So again, about world things. What's going on in the world, guys?
I mean, we're getting into a trade war with our neighbors for reasons.
The Canucker bill? Like
Yeah,
another Canucker
fucking
bill?
Canada's trying to fight back a little bit. That's going to be fun.
Oh. Yeah, well,
I don't exactly know what the point is of the sort of tariffs he's putting in place, I guess is my problem. I have no problem with tariffs generally, but if you're just going to blanket tariff, like a blanket tariff China, I don't give a shit. But like, why would you blanket tariff your neighbors?
Because they have maple syrup.
yeah, he probably would.
You're
like
going to make
that.
it harder to get maple syrup, you asshole?
No, we're just gonna start stealing it. I'm
I
telling
mean, do
you.
we have a backdoor deal with the maple mafia?
I'm telling you right now, there are
The
CIA
backdoor
moles
deal with the
working with the maple mafia to get that shit across the border. If you don't think we're spending resources on this, you're wrong. All right, fucking
They're gonna fucking parachute Kevin in
Canadian
there to
Jason
go
Bourne
fucking
right
steal.
now is working on the maple.
It's like, dude,
for us.
Canada has fucking NVIDIA H100s and we have maple syrup. And Canada's like, how are they fucking getting the syrup?
Where's this maple syrup coming from? The great
No,
maple
seriously,
syrup
like,
pipeline
they'll
of
send it-
Canada
they'll-
is just pumping it out.
Kevin will have to come out of retirement so they can send him in as an agent to go and fucking parachute in and fucking steal the maple syrup and bring it over the mountain.
Nah, you just drive a tank over. They ain't gonna do shit.
Re-upping, bitch. Let's go.
That's also
Send a tank over. We've been digging that underwater pipeline for decades.
It's very true.
Hey, you know what? You want to strike a blow to Canada? Just bomb the maple plants.
20 years from now, they're gonna be like, I thought they were laying fiber optic cable. Fuck no, bitch. We were laying fucking pipeline for syrup.
That's the Great Maple Syrup Pipeline.
we were just laying pipe. That's what we do.
The IMS is what it is. Impossible maple syrup.
Josephus seems quiet. Where's Christian? Is he
He's
not in the chat?
not quiet.
no,
Yeah,
Josephus has been throwing down some
Christian
gems.
might not realize that we've switched it to Sunday.
we should text him.
I almost fucking didn't. Do you remember when I was like, what the fuck, guys? I'm booked. I DJ on Sundays, and then I realized.
Yeah,
that
except
I'm
it's
an
not
idiot
your
because
Sunday, it's your Monday.
not
Yeah.
my
Motherfucker, it's
Sunday,
Monday.
This works out way better for all three of us because now all three of us get a proper weekend.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
At my first 2 days on day shift, I've gotten the best sleep I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I actually got sleep.
Like I get 2 days without the cigar shop before I have to go back to the other job.
Yeah.
Casey gets 2 days where he has to come back and open the shop up.
For me, it's perfect because it's actually better than Tuesday for me, specifically because Tuesday is the day that I make love. Do you know how I know?
To your
So Rosie Palm and
your
her five sisters.
angry Australian woman.
Well, yeah, there's that also.
There's gonna be some punishment in that loving Cameron.
Oh, I can't wait till she sees these episodes.
She'll
That'll be the end.
be like, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
What are you
She
gonna
broke up
do,
with me
headbutt
last
me?
night anyway, so it's no big deal.
She gonna pull the big ass spider out of her pocket.
Actually, it's strange. She's actually afraid of spiders and snakes.
I would be afraid of spiders and snakes too if I grew up in Australia.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not afraid of we have some serious fucking evil shit in Cambodia too that wants to kill you.
If you weren't afraid, you wouldn't mow your lawn.
Well, I probably would mow my lawn. If you
No, that's
could
just
see
pragmatic. No. The funniest thing about the most poisonous snake in the world is that it doesn't give a shit about you. Like
What, the Gabon viper?
No, dude. It's that fucking. It's literally called the vicious snake. It's in the fucking outback in Australia, and it doesn't care about you in the slightest.
Just like whatever. I know
Yeah.
I'm poisonous. Leave me alone.
Dude, fucking
most-
Irwin had one go under his neck when he was out there like shooting a video. Like he was on the ground videoing one, and another one came up and went under his neck, under his chin.
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, that's part of that. It's like the same thing we brought up about Preston Sharf and Chuck, and that is like when you know you have that level of venom,
Yeah.
you don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't
Yeah, but I
really
mean,
have to
listen,
prove
snakes
yourself.
not notorious for their strong prefrontal lobe. Like, not a lot of executive decision making there.
Well, I think that's just an evolutionary thing that they know.
It's just
'cause they don't
food,
wanna
water, and
waste their-
protection.
It's like the fucking
apparently they
lionfish or
don't-
whatever it is.
Apparently, they don't want to waste their venom.
Mm-mm. Actually, most snakes are that way. Like rattlesnakes, it's only like 30% of bites that are venomous, unless
Well,
it's
they
a
usually
unless
do
it's
a
a
dry
young one.
bite first.
Josephus wants to know: have you ever seen the albino Alabama black snake? I'm sorry, I'm trying to
yeah,
read around a
his name's
heart.
Scully. His name's Scully.
I feel like that's what he's going for.
Yeah, that was going to a different place for
Yep.
sure.
Also, Canadian hippies are called tree pluggers.
Scully, we can call him Scully on this.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that is so
I feel
good.
like Lane missed that.
Gotta just put that in there. Yeah, well, Lane doesn't have the screen to read, so he
I
didn't see
know.
this.
Yeah, no, and it's not up here today for whatever reason.
Well, because he was watching that and we didn't put it
Oh,
up.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
can
right.
throw-
We have women's golf on because that's interesting.
Oh really? That must be where all our viewership is. Not
Yeah,
Wayne's World reference.
yeah.
Anyway.
Delaware.
There's
We're
Janelle.
in Delaware.
to know.
Jano, how the hell are you, man?
Fierce snake, inland taipan.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, he
yeah.
would know because, again, legitimately a herpetologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so one of the things that you know, by the way, out here, the rat snake they are fucking mean. They are huge and mean. We have one that's like 7 foot long.
Keeps
out
trying to
here.
eat the cat.
Yeah, it does. But the cat doesn't care because it's a cat.
Cats are interesting. There's a couple of them that you see videos and they'll smack anything: snakes, alligators.
Oh my
Right.
God. All right.
Cats
So
don't give a
wait,
shit,
hold on.
bro.
So I'm 10 years old.
Okay.
I grew up in Southern California. This is before I lived here, anywhere near Nevada. Before my father was law enforcement.
So this is a fake memory, by the way, because you're government issued.
Fine.
So
It's
Fake
implanted.
memory. So 10 years old.
there has to be disclosure there.
And this is my first memorable experience in Southern Ohio. And when I say Southern Ohio, I mean like as south as you can get in Ohio without being in West Virginia or Kentucky. And so my grandfather's property was massive, and across from his house was also his property. Like it was house, big drive. His drive was, I don't know, 40 or 50 yards long, and then road. And then the field on the other side was also his, up to like over the hillside. So we're out there doing God knows what on a four-wheeler, just fucking around in this field because it wasn't like being used for anything. It was like out of rotation. So we're going around this big loop on a four-wheeler, just fucking around. And we see some version of black snake. I don't know what it was. But apparently, black snakes back there usually hang around copperheads for some reason. So we come back and we're like, we almost ran over a snake. And the four-wheeler was my uncle's. And he's like, great. And he goes into his truck and he pulls out some version of a semi-automatic pistol and jumps on, literally hanging on the back of the four-wheeler like this, like with his feet. I didn't even know what his feet were on. And he's like, go drive in the circle. So they go drive where we saw it. And then we just start hearing, like, he's hanging off the back of this four-wheeler whilst moving, like doing a snake drive-by, just fucking popping off on this thing.
Just yelling. "Yee, yee."
Damn, dude. Yeah, I mean, that's sounds similar to my growing up too.
And then a couple weeks later, my grandfather had bats in his attic. And so we're all out there.
Pulled the shotgun out.
The kids are all fucking around. Yeah. The men in the family all pull out the shotguns and some lawn chairs, and they sit in the driveway right where the bats come out of the attic, and they just start popping them off. Which, okay, strange enough, right? Whole different uncle at this point. So one goes down, and we see it flopping around in the driveway. And my uncle puts down his beer from the lawn chair, gets up, walks into the carport, grabs a shovel, never picks the shovel up off the ground.
Dragging
He
it.
drags it behind him out to this bat and then gets close and executed what probably would have been a 160-mile-an-hour golf swing over the top and just goes, whack,
Tink.
whack, 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 whack. I'm 10. I grew up in the most sheltered neighborhood in Southern California you can possibly imagine in Orange County. Just watching this happen.
So now we know where Satan comes from. You got to see he was witnessing fucking evil.
Turns out
Just
my
like-
life was a pretty strange plurality.
Yeah, same as mine.
All right,
Dude,
hold
did I
on.
tell you guys
We're going to
about
revisit
the,
this, just so you guys know. Plurality, right?
Plurality.
It's what exists when you have the most in a group, but you do not have more than 50%.
It took you that long to make up a description for the word you made up?
God damn it.
You should have known that was going to happen.
So
Turns out
if you have
Satan
more than
doesn't
everybody else, but you have 47%, you have the plurality. You still win, but it's not a majority.
Yeah, that's what I had. So I had many times in my life. So did I tell you guys about?
He's
the
making up
food
words too
poisoning?
now.
Did you tell us what now? Sorry, Kevin was accusing me of
No, not you. I was
adulterating the
accusing
English
Josephus.
language.
Josephus also did.
Oh,
Plurcity.
he might actually be making up words.
Pluricity.
Pluricity.
Favorite made up word of all time. George
Oh,
George
I got one.
W. Bush, not H.W. Bush. Strategery.
Strategery. We're going to use the strategery. Go this way.
Because now people use it.
My favorite word is Auschenflaugen.
Of course it is.
Auschenflaugen.
Yeah, I've heard you say that a couple of times, actually.
So I made that word up to piss off German people because I keep saying it over and over again, and then they go,
Oh,
I
wait.
don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. And
Hold
I'm
on.
like, it means gullible.
Hold on. Wait. Speaking of gullible, do you remember me making up a religion for you, for Caitlin?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
SRC.
I don't remember what it I do
SRC.
remember. Yeah.
Self-realized Cameron.
Correct. And then she was the first follower.
I know.
She signed right on. And oh, by the way, the only reason I I had to protect Lane from Caitlin, it was the reason I had to do the ultimate bro deal.
Oh, dude. I like.
Tell them.
No.
I had to protect you, and I fell on my sword with that one.
Yeah,
Really quick, that Taylor's really good.
it is very good. Years later, when I was in law school, she was having problems with her second husband. And she's like, we should just make a deal. If we're not married to anybody at whatever age she listed off, we should get married. And I was like, no.
No.
I'm glad you were smart enough to dodge that bullet.
I mean, it's not
So-
even a smart, like, you know, like, I tried to be really nice to Caitlin, but there were times when I was like, I have been more of an ass to this person than almost anyone else I know. Because there are times when she crosses the line, and the only answer is to be an
Is to-
asshole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why she was gravitated towards you and I,
Yeah.
because that's what she was looking for. But I mean, so to preface this for the audience, how we met this person was Lane and I were both working at a place called Doc's Karaoke fucking bar or whatever, right?
Oh, dude, Docs.
It was called
You worked at a
Doc's
karaoke
something.
bar?
We didn't
Yeah,
know.
Docs led to the only time I was ever kind of arrested.
Okay. I think we've heard this actually. I think.
I don't know if I have.
You were
I was
literally there, Cameron.
I was there.
You were in the booth at Frog and Peach when he showed up after whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember his
remember
name. And you remember you were like sitting, like you were on the outside, so I couldn't get out of the booth without you leaving. And you're like, you're not going. And I was like, no, I am. And I just reached up and grabbed the like little like hanging bit above the booth on the backside and pulled myself up out of the booth and jumped over the back.
Dude, so Doc's karaoke bar was I was a bartender with Lane. Mostly I was a bar back, but sometimes I was bartender. And Caitlin was also a bartender. Actually, we shouldn't name names, but I mean there's a lot of Caitlins in the world.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as I don't even know her last name anymore.
Yeah, I mean she's changed it so many times. She really fucked up with Jared Moore. That guy was the fucking forever guy.
Yeah.
But so we're there, and I'm like literally the guy's like, "You're a good singer." Da da da. So I'm serving drinks while I'm singing karaoke, and Lane's doing like flair bartending shit. Dude, we tried so hard to make that place a place.
It had no
And
chance.
We did all right. But yeah, the guy with that was gonna that you almost went to jail over. He was an acupuncturist.
Was he really?
Yeah, I got acupuncture from him later because he had to apologize to me.
Oh, I didn't know that about
'Cause
him.
I tracked him down after that.
I mean, I've never seen, and this is saying a lot, I've never seen anyone so terrified as that human being that day at Frog and Peach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was also terrified when I found him.
Mm.
I was like, that's just me, man. You know, but anyway, the point was like, dude, Doc's. Oh, that was so interesting. And I remember it was basically this guy Doc who had the money and his wife who loved to sing and was absolutely fucking terrible at it.
Dude, can I say for the
So
record,
Lane and I had to sit there and just fucking listen to this
until I experienced karaoke in San Luis Obispo, I did not realize the kind of talent that was floating around Tahoe. Now, mind you, I still hated karaoke in Tahoe, but there was talent here. There was not
Oh,
talent
yeah.
there.
There was JD. Well, we don't know what happened to him, but you know, there was Mark was up there. Not my brother, but the other one, and of course Holdren, myself. I mean, it was like when you were at Lakeside back then, when Troy was running the running the karaoke show, and he was actually a professional like sound guy.
Oh,
was,
yeah.
It was a fucking real dude. There was like 400 people there every single Friday. It was insane. There was a list like it was so it was almost impossible to get signed. There'd be 150 people. It was like Kill Tony. There'd be like 186 people signed up for karaoke.
Yeah, it was. I don't know that
was
there's
good.
a good karaoke night. It was a better karaoke night than most.
I mean, if
probably
there
better
is a
than
good
here.
karaoke night, it was that. Like if karaoke heaven existed, that was karaoke heaven.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it was like nobody got up that sucked. I mean, every once in a while you'd have like a bachelorette party or something that would come up. But I mean, that was like where like Holdren would go and, you know, cheat on Candace, his girlfriend.
Ruthlessly. Ruthlessly.
Oh, dude, I remember the one night when he had me babysit Candace while he had 3 different girls in 3 different hotel rooms.
Dude,
And
that
so
guy,
I'm
like,
just-
you know what? Like, do your thing, right? Like, you do you. But at the same time, the amount of crying he did when she would decide that she was done with him, and you're like, dude, by no accounts should you be upset about this.
yeah, I mean, you've done everything wrong that you can possibly do. Like, like I don't, dude, it's fucking that shit was fucking crazy. It literally. I was like hanging out, and then she became a pit boss at Harrah's.
Harris, yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember that night he went to her. He said, "You know, I need you to hang out with this girl. This is a different girl." And I'm like, "Okay." So I hang out with this girl. I'm talking to her, and then he goes to her and goes and gets money from her because he doesn't have enough money to take this chick to dinner and get a hotel room. So he went and got money from her while she was a pit boss.
Oh.
She gave him the money, and then he went and he hooked up with this chick, and then he had a hotel room for the night. So then he just kept hooking up with other chicks, dude. A lot of people underestimate the power of Holdren when he was like even like Briscoe, dude. He thinks Holdren's never had sex in his life. He thinks he's just a complete fucking like. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. That guy, he was fucking. Dude, he was the ultimate playboy. Like,
Holdren was the one that
incredible.
always thought that there was sex happening around the corner, right?
Nope, that's
No,
Drunk
that's
Jesse.
Drunk
Holdren.
Okay, Jesse.
All right, I'm going to say this one time because it's mean. Holdren was Chelsea.
Oh God.
If you've ever heard me refer to Chelsea,
Yes.
that's Holdren.
I know who it is.
Yes, Chelsea.
Oh my God, I forgot about that term. Dude, I love that guy. But
I mean, in his prime, he was really easy to be mean to because it didn't matter. Like, it didn't affect him.
yeah, no, he didn't care.
No.
Yeah, he
And
didn't give a
back
shit.
then, he didn't give a fuck. It wouldn't matter, and that's one of the things I loved about him. Now he's a little bit more of a snowflake, you know, than he was. But I don't know how that happened. Oh, I know how it happened. What was that beautiful girl's name that he was with forever? Like Selena.
So, yeah.
Mm.
Boy,
Every once in a
I-
while, she pops up in like random like people you may know on social media. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a person completely bungle a relationship that badly. Like that was like Selena's a beautiful woman and also a very cool hairdresser, fucking great personality, integrated herself with all of Holdren's friends. And dude, he just couldn't help himself.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because it's like, God, dude, like that broke him for sure.
Well, listen, Holdren, for all of Holdren's talents, never had willpower of any kind.
That is also true. I got him drunk for his first time at a house party on Pioneer Trail.
Did you really? I didn't
That
know
is
that.
actually where, yeah, that is where it all started. He was Mormon before that.
Oh my God, I did know that.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you got him drunk. I didn't know he was a Mormon at one point.
He was a Mormon. And I got him drunk at a house party, dude, when I think we were like 16 or something like that.
Oh, good Lord.
And
You ruined you listen, Bowman, if you'd never done that, he would have been a perfectly upstanding Mormon boy. He'd have,
if he had
No.
never met me,
yeah.
Holdren would have been exactly that. but he met me, who is I am devil adjacent.
He could have a fantastic singing career going around to Mormon churches in the choir. He could be in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, Cameron. What did you do? You son of a bitch.
I ruined God's plan. That's what I did.
Wow.
I can't.
Oh.
Dude, that picture in my head is never going to go away.
I lost you.
What? You lost us? What do we do?
Are you there?
You're back now.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
probably your side.
You were getting
Oh, that's-
spied on by the Cambodian government.
That's right.
Or you were getting spied on by the Thai government.
Most likely the Thai government, I would guess.
He pinged
I
too
am
close to
close
us.
Yeah, I'm close enough to where they could abduct me and bring me back there. I've been waiting for it. It's like, okay, well, you know,
They don't want you back. They just want to keep tabs on you.
Yeah.
I would do.
They tried to get rid of you for so long. They finally did. Now they have to make sure you stay out.
Yeah, 1,570 days. You think they're going to get back into that mess?
That's gonna be the name of my next album, dude. This was so cool. Yesterday I was DJing, and I've finally actually gotten to the point where I don't sound like fucking hell. I don't sound horrible because it's been 17 years since I DJ'd. So you know, but yesterday was cool. It was it's a place called Good Vibes here in Cambodia, and we do sunset sessions there. And I've got this guy Don Stone, he's quite a famous DJ, and he hangs out with me a lot, and he keeps training me. And yesterday was cool, man. We ended up like a full fire show. I had a whole dance floor. I was like, oh, I finally fucking figured it out, you know. And then right when I asked him to come video me, I was like, can you get a video of this? I fucked up the transition.
You son of a bitch.
You got a question, Cameron.
Oh, Cameron. We got questions in
Josephus
chat.
wants to know: are there any big cats in that part of Asia?
There's one that's named Adele.
It's a medium-sized cat, really.
Yeah, but actually there's a black version of a jaguar, I think, that lives on the edge of the mountains in the border between Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. I think they still have those. They're actually Jano would be a good person to ask that question, actually.
I don't even
He
know
would
if he's in the
probably know.
chat still.
Well, I'm sure
He
he's still
probably
there.
is.
Yeah, he
Jano usually would
rare
hang out and watch
comments.
all.
Also, Josephus is smoking an Amazon Basin,
Oh, you son of a bitch.
and he says that he's very mad because his wallet cannot afford for the Amazon Basin to be as good as it is.
At least you can get them. We have one shop here that gets
They
them.
have them. Didn't you see him?
Kumari?
Yeah, you
I didn't see them.
You didn't see him?
How much were they charging?
Like $27 a stick.
I didn't see them.
They're on the table.
They're gone
In
now.
the center.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they might be. But I saw
The
there were two
regulars
boxes.
buy them by the box.
There were 2 boxes there when I was.
they're
when I was there
gone
last
now.
week. Damn.
Why didn't you say
Lane,
something?
what's the most expensive cigar I've ever smoked?
You?
I can't remember.
Probably some grape swishers.
Ours was the Padron 50th.
Um,
I look black to you, motherfucker.
Right now,
got-
or when last time I
White
saw
as
you.
I don't know, Cameron, because we never really smoked the limiteds. We smoked a lot of Padrones. We smoked a lot of ESGs.
$15 in North
Oh,
Carolina.
$15. Oh, North Carolina kills me. Fucking, that's bullshit.
It's probably dry anyway.
No, that place is humid just generally.
Even if it was dry, I would still smoke the shit out of that. That's a good fucking stick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering because there was one cigar that I smoked. I remember it was a very specific one, and I think it was like $75 or something like
I
that.
mean, I think we smoked some of the expensive Gurkhas of the time.
Yeah, I think it must have been.
And you hate Gurkha. What happened?
Me.
I
I mean,
developed a palate.
You ever get any of
Yeah.
those Añejos from Blythe?
Doesn't
No,
he has
that,
a-
I had
that
one.
was before Cameron.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't.
The Añejo Shark? Yeah, they weren't doing that at the time.
That was after Cameron, wasn't it? Because I
That's
had
what I said.
that here.
That was after Cameron.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
we had those
would
in here,
think.
and then the Padron 50th we got in here.
We did have some Opus.
Opus.
Opus was
yeah.
around then when they just
I
had
like-
one line of Opus.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Remember
like that. I
those
like
3-pack tins we used to have stockpiled? Those
Yeah.
were so good. So much age on those fucking things.
Yeah, but in the end, they were brittle as fuck.
yeah.
Like by the end of the stack of tins, you only got 1 out of 3.
I forget his name every time.
You know.
Janelle. He says tigers, leopards, and clouded leopards.
That's the one I was thinking of, the clouded leopard. See, I knew he would be the person that would answer that question.
To know the
Dude,
crocodile.
you have to, the
hunter.
first time I ever met that guy was fucking hilarious, dude.
Hmm.
I don't know. Have I told that story on here yet or
Mm-mm.
no?
No,
So huh?
no, you haven't.
Okay, so the first time I ever met Chanel, I had just moved to San Luis Obispo, to Cayucas specifically, with my girlfriend Angela at the time. And I'm there, and we had just moved into the studio apartment on the bottom. Just got the job. This is right after the Holdren story where not the one where I punched him in the face, but where I ran from the cops and almost got caught by the helicopters and all that. This is right after that. This is like maybe 5 weeks later. I'm there. We're just moved in. I'm in my fucking boxers, and I'm like dancing around, having fun with her. We're all super happy, and I open the door and I go out, and I start humping her mint green minivan, and just like, you know, and she's laughing, and then I hear, I look up.
That's exactly how he would do it too.
No, it wasn't him actually.
Oh no.
No, and so I look up, and there's 5 police officers there.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh, sorry. And they were like, no, it's your dance is fine. But do you know who lives up here? I was like, I just moved here, sir. I just moved here, officer. I don't know who they are. And he's like, okay, they're wanted. So if you see them, make sure that you call us, because they've committed a bunch of crimes. And I'm like, what are the crimes? They're like, we can't tell you that, but he looks like, basically gave a description that was similar to Janot.
Did you call the cops on Chanel?
No, I didn't, because I'm just not that guy in general, even if it was the right person. But so I literally go back in and I tell Angela, I'm like, oh man, I was like, I don't know what's going on, but like there's something happening. Like there's a murder or something lives above us. So the next morning I wake up and all I hear is this cello just going, just like fucking. And so I go out and I poke my head out and I look, and it's the Cayucas skies are totally clear for the first time in a very long time. It basically looks like Scooby-Doo every other day. And it's like no fog, nothing. And there's this guy with this flowing Hawaiian shirt just playing cello on the roof. And I was like, we live beneath a serial killer. I'm serious. I thought he was a fucking serial killer, dude. And so I told Angela, I was like, we need to be careful. This guy's fucking wanted by it. And it turns out it was actually the previous tenant that they were after. So then years later, obviously, you know, Chanel moved into my house and showed up with his harpsichord and 55 fucking animals and a bunch of other shit. But yeah.
Oh, the skink.
Fucking Joseph.
Oh yeah, Rig.
Josephus says there's a diddler on the roof.
A diddler on the roof. Dude, we have to get Chanel on at some point, man, because he's so like he's so instrumental in all of these stories, and also he's just really cool guy. I mean, by the way,
listen, he's welcome whenever he wants.
I
Obviously,
think I just saw the infamous Australian woman walk behind you.
You did.
Was she carrying a knife?
No, but she was slowly going off screen.
Hey, if you get stabbed, we're gonna have to delete this episode. So I just want you to know.
Now we just blur that part out.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
We'll replace him with a Muppet.
Turns out I'm hard to kill. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I changed the view. I'm in a
I can
different
see that, yeah.
position.
I heard
this time.
birds too.
It is a
there's-
lovely yard that you have there.
It's not a knife.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this place. This is part of it. It's kind of hard to show all of it, but yeah, there's like, there's also my dog.
I think you should do an episode from the tuk tuk.
The tuk-tuk.
Say hi, Rika.
You know, Cambodian jail looks really nice.
my dog's attacking me with love. I don't know what to do. All right, you. That's enough. Down, down, down. Down.
Dog's like, no,
wanna
I
be
don't
on
play by your
TV.
schedule.
Yeah, no, Rika doesn't give a fuck, dude. She's the same as me. Like she's like, so we have the two dogs, and we have Rollins and we have Rika, and then I named Rollins after Henry Rollins, and so I have this little thing I do with him where I don't know if you guys know Henry Rollins or not, but there's the song called Liar, and it's like he does this thing where it's like, do you want to know why? 'Cause I'm a liar, that's why. And so I'll do that, like, so I'll go down and I'll be like, you want to know why? And then he gets all excited. And then when I say, 'cause I'm a liar, then he like jumps around and does little fucking flips around. I don't know where he is right now. He's probably hanging out with I don't know. I don't even know what the Australian's doing at the moment. She's out in the bush.
Plotting your death. Oh God, you just fucking Josephus, please.
He says, I'm about half an inch from the band. So far, this thing tastes like Moonlight Sonata sounds.
The Amazon basin is different
It's-
than anything you've ever smoked, and it's phenomenal.
It's so good.
Is it by the company Amazon?
Mm-mm. It's a CAO cigar.
Yeah, it's made by CAO.
It's a CAO limited release. And forever they were like $12 or $13, and it was one of the best cigars you could get.
Huh.
Now they run 27, apparently.
It's also cool because it's just a completely different flavor profile than you've ever smoked.
Yeah, I'll be interested in trying it when I come back.
if
I
we
still am
can find
planning
it.
to come back.
I'll have to find some.
I want to do some events here. I want to do some fun stuff. Golf tournaments, fucking music. I want to do a bunch of stuff.
I'm in. You know that. So I mean, that was weird. You and I were talking yesterday or the day before about the viability of it, and basically, Lane and I are figuring out how to do this to stand up a company. He's going to figure that part out, but then I'm figuring out how we can get talent for the right price and where we can get the rentals from and all that, because most of Tahoe has shit equipment.
Well, standing up a company is easy enough. I just need to know what the company needs after it exists.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, Nevada makes it incredibly easy. You just go online and do it.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Nevada.
It's just
You're
filing
the only
fees.
state that I love. I
Even-
lived in Idaho. That sucked. Did I tell you about the Coeur d'Alene fucking
Only
racist
state you're
fucking
allowed
story?
in.
Well, no, trust me. If my sister's allowed anywhere, I'm allowed everywhere. But she's still in my mom's house, from what I understand. So
I mean, listen, I can see you getting questioned in like random, Kansas. You're at a club, something happens, cops questioning you. First thing they ask, Cameron Bowman, do you know Jennifer Bowman?
dude, it was the first thing that the principal at Wattell High School asked me.
Of course it
When
was.
I'm not even joking. When I came in, the first thing that happened, I got into the school, Wattell, freshman year, first day. Haven't even checked into my first class. And I won't say my first name, but they're like, Cameron Bowman to the principal's office. And I'm like, what? Like, why am I being called to the principal's office? So I go to the principal's office, and he's sitting there looking at me, and he's like, Bowman, you wouldn't be related to Jennifer Bowman, would you?
Did you say no?
And I was like, sort of. And he was like, you're not going to be like her, right? And I was like, I can't guarantee you that. He was like, we're going to have an eye on you. Because apparently the last thing that my sister did before she left was her and her friends, like, they, on the final day of whatever, they destroyed a bunch of shit, like, and painted, like, spray painted the fucking rocks and trees, and fucking made a mannequin of the principal at the time and hung it from a tree on the way in. It's the only thing I've ever been proud of.
It's all downhill from there.
Wow.
So fast forward to me getting expelled twice. I got expelled twice from Wattell. Yeah, I got expelled twice from Wattell. I ended up there was if anybody from Tahoe is listening, there's a rivalry between Incline and Wattel, and I don't know if it still exists today because I don't even know if Wattel exists today.
Yeah,
Just
but,
barely.
barely.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it was barely existing when I was there.
I think last year they graduated 5 people.
I think Mark and I were. Well, I know Mark and I were the first ever male cheerleaders in Wattel High School's history. But so there was a rivalry between Incline and Wattel about basketball, which I couldn't possibly give less of a shit about. I think basketball is the most worthless. Well, actually, no, sorry, football, not American football, but the other one, soccer,
FIFA.
footy.
Football.
That is the most worthless sport on planet Earth.
Yet it's
Anyway.
everywhere.
Oh, I know. I don't. That's just. I don't get it. People rolling around acting like they're hurt. Watch a rugby game and fucking grow up. You know what I mean? Like you're fucking. Rolling around on the ground acting like you're fucking hurt. Yeah, good luck with that shit. Anyway, so we're there. Incline's coming to play Wattel High School. So Wattel High School, it's Warrior Way is what it's called. There's only one way in and one way out, and that's Warrior Way. So myself and my buddy Brian and Mark and a couple other people, we decide that we're going to buy 167 cartons of eggs.
Can't do that today.
Nope. Not cheap.
Well, I mean, you could if you had the money, but
It's like $10 a carton right now.
If you had 10 grand now, you could do that. But back then, it was only about $10. This is before Bidenomics kicked in. But so we bought 167 cartons of eggs. And we bought out all the eggs in the entirety of South Shore. And then we made a plan. As soon as Incline was finished, they beat us, of course, because Wattel sucked at everything. And, aside from 1 year of football when Mark was on the team. But Brian goes down and jackknifes his truck, right? Jackknifes his truck to block Warrior Way. And this is right before the bus leaves. Now, I'm hiding in the woods with about 25 other people. And we're all loaded up with cartons, right? And we all have banners, like bandanas, tied around our faces, right? The only one that I was able to find to buy happened to be a Confederate flag. This actually happened. And so I tie on this thing, and honestly, I didn't realize how racist that seemed. So I tie on. Brian jackknifes the truck. It's decided that I'm the first one to go. So I run up in front of the fucking bus, and I hit the fucking windshield with an egg. The door opens, and I didn't even realize that there were 3 black people on the team. And so the first person I hit in the face with an egg is a black guy. And then it literally looks like the scene from Gladiator where all the arrows rain down, because they all pulled their windows down and they all started screaming and dude, 167 cartons of eggs. Just hit this bus, go right in through. I'm there with an American fucking I can't believe I'm there with a Confederate flag fucking on my face, just fucking egging black people.
fucking Robert E. Bowman over there, just leading.
Right?
I didn't even realize it was racist because I didn't
Cameron
know,
E. Lee.
because
Cameron E. Lee.
Cameron E. Lee. Yeah, to be fair, I was the one that orchestrated the entire plan.
And
So
his
that-
Confederate warriors just fucking
I had no
rained
idea
down.
about the Confederate flag though, because the American fucking school system is shit. So I didn't realize that was racist. I just thought they were people and I was egging them. So the next day I come into school. Cameron Bowman to the principal's office. I'm like, fuck. And so I go in there and they're like, Brian had ratted me out. So I got ratted out flat.
Wait, was that Brian? Blonde-haired Brian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one you remember I dated his sister when I was a kid.
Yeah.
She was my first girlfriend. And
There were rumors that he wanted to fight me at some point.
Doesn't
oh
everybody?
yeah, well that would have been hilarious. I mean, Brian's cool though.
What? I'm just
But yeah,
saying.
that's a good thing that didn't happen. But so they bring me into the office, and they're like, it was me, and they had Mark in there too, and the president at the time, or sorry, principal at the time, I think his name was Larry something, and he gave an ultimatum. He said, "Boys, you either join the football team, or you're going to get expelled." And I was like, I just looked at Mark, and Mark was like, "Well, what's the deal then?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'll put you guys, half of your time is going to be study hall, so you don't even have to be there. And I'll make sure you get straight A's." And Mark's like, "All right, I'm in."
Yeah.
And then they look at me, and I'm like, he looks at me, and I'm like, he's like, "And you?" And I'm like, "What position do you want me to play?" And he was like, "Wide receiver or defensive, some kind of defensive thing. It wasn't linebacker or anything like that. I can't remember. It was one of the. It's like the same as a winger in rugby. One of the weak positions that chases the. Who are the fucking
Safety or a corner?
the queers that fucking chase around the guys that they throw the ball to?"
He wanted you to play safety or corner, Cameron.
Okay. So I think it was corner. It sounds smart. And I just looked at him and I said, "Well, how about this? Go fuck yourself. How about this? Go fuck yourself." And he's like, "What did you say to me?" And I was like, "I think you fucking heard me." And then I got expelled for the first time from Wattel. Fast forward 3 years, same group of people. I'm back in Wattel. It's junior year. Incline is back again. We're at just below Chauncey Lane's house, right where Cave Rock is. I've built a potato gun by this point.
As one would.
We built the longest form potato gun. It was like the sniper rifle of potato guns. So Mark and I are sitting there on the hill with fucking Brian and a couple other people. And we have a person that's down at the store that's letting us know, calling us on cell to let us know when the bus is coming through, right? So we get the call, and we throw the kid, put the potato in, and I see the bus, right? And Mark's holding it with me because it was so big it needed 2 people. And boom, we fire this potato, right? And it looks like it's gonna go right through the window of the school bus, right? I'm like, this is gonna be perfect. And right behind it is a cop car. And the potato goes right through the cop car's window
Oh,
instead of the bus. So we all fucking scatter. And then that was the second time I was expelled from Wattel.
wow.
Yeah.
P.S. If
anyway.
you're not in the chat, get in the chat.
Oh man, that was a pretty. I only got expelled from. I think I got expelled from 5 high schools.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
I managed to keep from getting expelled from high school. It was middle school that I got expelled from.
Really?
Yeah,
How did I got expelled from three middle schools as well. So what happened for you?
A kid kept jabbing me in the back of the head with a pencil eraser, so I jabbed the full front of the pencil through his stomach.
Ooh.
I had a lot of anger issues growing up, and like I've gotten better with it, but it still flares up every once in a while.
Did the Army help with that, or?
Nah.
The Army doesn't help with those tendencies.
No, they like those tendencies. They just teach you how to point in the right direction now.
How long were you in there anyway?
Only 4 years. Not long. Not long. Long enough for me to miss it.
What's the craziest like story you have from that you're allowed to talk about?
I was blown up while in the tank by C4 during a training exercise.
During a training exercise?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Hopefully, China isn't watching this. Luckily, we're not big enough
Hey,
podcasters. for
if
them
we
to
don't
care.
do it to ourselves, who's gonna do it?
Exactly. Listen, you hear all kinds of stories. I had an NCO that when he was out downrange, they got so like to the point where they were depressed. They just go around kicking the box on the side of the road, hoping it would blow up.
Jesus.
Really?
Really,
Wow. So where were you deployed to?
I wasn't. I was mainly training everybody that deployed.
How does one train people that deploy if they've never been in the field?
I don't know. You tell me. I was fairly good at it, and I watch all the what is it? Nasty girls come through. National Guard unit. Those guys were funny. It always looked like a bulletproof bib when they were wearing their flak jacket. It's like this up here, like this with their stomach. Just a bulletproof bib.
Bulletproof bib.
Oh shit.
So you got blown up in a tank with C4 in a training exercise, never got deployed, and then trained other people how to be deployed.
Yeah, I even did battle drill 6 classes, clearing out buildings and everything. It was fun.
America,
they sent
fuck
me to the
yeah.
post that they sent me to Fort Irwin, and I hated Fort Irwin. That's the place where careers go to die or you're getting ready to retire. And I asked if I could go anywhere else. They're like, you don't want to be close to family? I'm like, no, send me to Hood. Send me anywhere else that's going to deploy it. Nope, they sent me straight to Fort Irwin, and I got stuck there. And then
Fucking hell.
I almost got a divorce. So rather than get a divorce, I got out because I wanted to make sure I was around for my boys.
Okay. So are you still married to the same woman?
Yes, and Lan and her have great rapport.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
You want to tell the story?
Is she as big as Casey?
No,
Oh.
she wasn't a
Oh, yeah, you're not
dependopotamus.
Navy. You're not Navy.
No, the Army had dependopotamuses and all that, but
No, so it was in the middle of COVID, right? So we were going down to
Yeah.
smoke with Kevin.
in my garage.
Yeah, but you had said you were at
My
your
dad-
dad's place.
No,
Yeah.
I told him I was at my place, and he knew where my dad's house was. He didn't know where my house was.
Yeah, I thought we were meeting at the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we show up to his dad's house, and there's like a family gathering going on. And I get out of the car, and his wife comes out, and I was like, hey. She's like, who the fuck are you? Like, we're looking for Kevin. She's like, I don't know a Kevin. I was like, well,
What?
She
he
in
told
turn
us-
knows 3.
he told us to meet us here. We're going to smoke cigars. And she's like, that's not this house. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, he's somewhere else. I was like, so you know Kevin? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, so you knew why the fuck we were here. You're just being a bitch about it. And she's like, what? I'm like, you fucking heard me. Like, all you had to say was fucking down the road, make a left. Fuck, instead, you're like, I don't know a Kevin. Like, you're just being a whiny little bitch.
And then Casey popped out of the car, and she figured out who it was.
How does Casey pop out of a car?
Easy. He steps out the door.
That must be a slow process.
Anyway, so she does not like me.
In turn, you don't really care for her.
I mean, I was annoyed. Like, it was
You?
Never.
It was just dumb. And Lane has no time for dumb. He's like, clearly,
what's
bitch, you knew who we were fucking talking about.
So what did Ron White say? You can't fix stupid.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can. It just costs a couple cents in the
All
right,
right.
well-placed.
Real quick, because we're about to lose our camera here. What do you like? What's your guys' whiskey order?
Oh, what we like the most?
Yeah.
I go E.H. Taylor, Infinity, and then Craig. I just like how smooth this one is and goes down. You can feel the bite on this, but I still like it.
It's also not as viscous. Like, it doesn't have that, like, limited release feel to it like
Yeah.
the little book does.
Yeah, I'm with Kevin. I'm E.H. Taylor, Booker's.
Yeah, I
Elijah
think
Craig.
that's right. I'm in the same order.
Hey, Cameron, where are you at?
Yeah, how's that Gansberg compare?
There's that
Yeah.
Gansberg.
That warm game.
Where we drink our little book.
The finest German beer made by tiny Cambodian hands. Yeah, I'm out of Gansberg as well, which so that means it's the end of the episode.
Well, guess what? We're not out. We got plenty of whiskey.
Oh my god. No, that's right, because we have
Oh.
reviews to shoot.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right. Well, it's been fucking fun, guys, as usual.
Yeah, man. Thanks for getting in here this week.
Yeah, I look forward to next week. I'll have. Oh, I didn't even get to tell the. I'll tell it next week. The food poisoning story.
The Hershey squirts.
Oh, dude.
I'm supposed to tell
It's-
mine too, which they've heard the one when I was in the army and the time I drank so much.
There's
So,
always next
tune-
time.
Yeah.
So tune in next week to hear Kevin and I have a shit story off. A
That's
shit off.
right.
Shit off.
So we find out who's got the worst.
Mine was pretty
The
good.
story shit off.
I finger painted.
And on that note,
Wow. On that terrible.
thanks for watching. If you liked what we did, do YouTube things.
Like and subscribe.
Good night.
Good night.